edition of the UCC meeting for Randolph County. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I'd like to try to get as many people in here as we can. This tends to be a little bit of smaller of a meeting. I'm still in the works of trying to get some contacts from USIC and Heath. I used to be in a role where I had contacts with all them, and now I'm not, so it's a lot harder to figure out who it is, a high turnover rate. So my contacts are gone, but I will get them in here eventually. That being said, we'll do a real quick safety share. Remember, this is starting to warm up out there. Everything's starting to move around. So you'll be seeing bees and hornets and snakes and other creatures running around. I saw something on the TV the other night. Apparently, this is the time of year turkeys begin mating, and it showed. I think it was in Ohio where that was at. Where the police officer had pulled this guy over just to write him a warning ticket, and some jakes came out, and we're chasing her around the car. And she was in field training, so her FTO officer was sitting in the car and just watching and laughing and recording the whole thing. So anyway, the turkey's pretty much, she just told the guy to go on. She was like, there's no need of me writing, it's just a warning, just don't do this again, whatever. She had to run back and get in the car. They were following her around. So like I said, you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes these creatures can get a little out of hand. Yeah. You don't know why they're doing it. So as far as any kind of work going down here in Randolph County, Trent, you know what I know as much as yeah. So there's a lot of state or government relocation stuff going down here. Y'all getting ready to be busy as all get out, because I know a lot of let dates are getting ready to start hitting with your group.
Yes, they're getting close.
So there'll be a lot of street widening, drainage, you name it. Are there any bridges going on? A couple of bridges.
Intersection improvements.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So there'll be a lot of that going on. There'll be a lot of locates called in. There'll definitely be an uptick in the Randolph County area. And as of right now, anybody else, any other utility powers out there, water, sewer, you name it, they're out there. So they're doing work now, and then when the actual widening starts taking place, so that'll probably go on for a few years. Yeah. So it'll put y'all back on the map for the 811 call and getting locates called in. Damages will be taking place. You're not going to get fully through it without somebody hitting something. So as for new construction type stuff, other than government reload, Randolph's always been a slow area, and with the interest rates where they're at right now, it's going to continue to be slower than normal. There's no new growth taking place, just minute amount here and there. No commercial type stuff coming through, just a few hit and miss here and there. So we are very slow down here. And if it weren't for y'all, we wouldn't have nothing to do in Randolph County. So that is what we have got going on as far as natural gas. I'm pretty sure power follows the same suit that we do. Phone as well. And well, let me take that back. So the fiber plan will still be going through. This place will still be getting run ragged with the fiber installs. So that's what I got. I'm speaking for other groups, but it's pretty much the same story everywhere we go.
How's you guys calling in locations, getting your work done? What's your gas looking like? Is it getting marked on time? Is it getting marked efficiently? That you pretty much know of?
As far as I can tell, yeah. I deal with our contract company, SEC, Southeastern Connections.
Okay. Oh, no, you talking about far. No, I'm talking about far. They install the gas. I'm talking about.
Yeah, but they call in to locates. And so I have not heard many complaints out of them about getting stuff located. But that's on everything but gas, USIC. Right. And then, of course, Heath locates us. So Heath doesn't locate for them. They locate their own gas. So
considered a master contractor. Right. A master contractor that installs the gas is supposed to know where the gas lines are.
Okay.
Yeah. And they've been doing pretty good. They don't hit a whole lot of stuff. Yes, they don't hit a whole lot. Every once in a while, they'll hit a gas line. It's like, yeah, It's not the prettiest thing, but I don't think it was,
didn't have any
last year was pretty good.
Yeah, this last, I think, 2 months, if they've had one damage, I think they've been 0 for 2 months.
I off the top of my head, I cannot remember, because as soon as one that gets hit, it's like all of a sudden it's, y'all know how it goes. It's like the contractor hit a gas line. What's going on? So you have to do a full investigation. So I don't remember anything here in the this year. Now, with that being said, tomorrow morning I will hear about one, and it'll be a bad one. So I shouldn't have said anything at all. But as far as locates go, it seems like everything's going pretty smoothly. All right. Anybody else? Rob?
As far as damage prevention goes, we don't get, most of the calls that I get out of this area is from the city. They were having a problem a while back with the emergency locations. He had an issue with their Cortera system that wasn't notifying them when an emergency locate came in. And that seemed to be system wide, but it was kind of hitting these guys, especially during the winter. There's a lot of water main breaks and stuff, for the city. So they're sitting on some of these calls, 6 hours sometimes in the middle of the night before anybody's showing up. Now that seems like that's been rectified, I talked to Lewis Evans, Jason Wilkins, and Holden Cabbage today, and they said everything has been going very well. They haven't had any issues or anything like that in quite a while. Since it's warming up, of course, they're getting rid of all the water main breaks and everything. So that things are looking good as far as that. I don't get a lot of calls unless something gets missed. So that's, these guys are actually doing a great job now. So,
Yeah.
They're staying off as well as they should be. So we'd like to see that. As far as Rob was on, who was the contractor with their communications day?
No, MNB
Construction. So they're doing some fiber work there here. That seems like that's the case everywhere. There's a lot of fiber going in the ground. So with that, you've got those issues as well. As long as they're following the safe day practices, we really don't get a lot of issues when we come down and over in Randolph County a lot.
Right.
So
Yeah, we saw MNB today and Lee Electric. Yeah, Lee Electric. And both of them were doing, at least from the sites we were on, they had their paint on the ground, they were digging in the right places, it was all helping out. So it was good to see that.
You guys do your own water? City does their own water?
The city usually does the water. And some, it just depends, because I cover a large, like 9 counties. So some cities locate their own, some have a private contractor that goes out. Locates and stuff. So just depends on where you're at. But down here, I think years ago when I was righty. With that being said, anybody else got anything they want to add? Anything else, Grant? You good?
It's just, what he says, same job. Gas that's going on. We got Fayetteville Street, Longview Street, 64 right here. Couple bridge jobs out in Guinea somewhere. So nothing too major anyway.
All right. Well, I'll let you roll on. Any of the rest of y'all have anything that just came in?
There's a lot of locate requests coming now for you folks in this area, or?
Give it a little time.
Full haul, all that, it's really slowed down drastically right now.
And you're upset about that?
Locators are, because over.
Yeah.
the majority of those all fiber. Is it majority of that still fiber jobs? Or those are all falling off?
That's why it's dropped down, and a lot of those have gone away.
Okay. They were pushing hard for quite a while there.
We still have that 150 ticket C&K job that, you know, they're working with us, so
Okay,
that one's good, but other than that, everything's gone.
good deal. Good. That's what they're being able to breathe now.
Right. Located a new one for Duke yesterday, and they haven't started yet, retirement. But we located all of that, it's done.
Okay. Good.
All right, welcome to the March 2020 for Randolph UCC. I don't know if anybody had got a chance to watch the race this past weekend. It was out, I think it was Nevada. Somewhere, I'm not sure. Where 811 is a bunch of states that get together, the 811 centers, and actually sponsor Josh Williams. He races in the Xfinity Series, what used to be called the Busch Series. And I understand he crashed the other day. He got caught up in a wreck in front of him, and there was nowhere to go. So, but other than that, everything went well. Banners. The banners are here. I still got some old banners for you. I've been carrying around for a month.
All right.
Didn't show up to the Guilford last month.
What happened to get last month?
I'm not sure. But if anybody has requested banners, I've got a couple in my car. I've actually got the homeowner banner. I think my battle has got the contractor banners. But if you want one, I'll be back again next month for Randolph, and I'll be throughout the area. Again, we got Guilford coming up as well. Dig still going on, and the contest is going to run through April 30th, and that's when that Steve is going to do the drawing for that. Did anybody go to the Dixie Deer Classic this past? So we worked that thing. We got there Thursday. We worked it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So first time in my life I've ever driven a big truck with a trailer 14, 16 foot, something like that, down the road of a building with guns on either side of the table. So that was pretty interesting. Everybody was worried, and then they looked over and said, "Don't worry about it, Betty. You don't have his. There's no fenders on that thing." The tire set underneath the trailer, so it was slick all the way down through there. So that was very interesting. But anyhow, if you would like a chance to win $300, and if you win it and don't need it, just let me know. I'll be happy to take it off your hands for you. But you just watch a few videos, answer the questions. If you get them right, your name goes into a pot or a pool. At the end of the contest, April 30th, there's going to be a drawing.
Fantastic.
$300 check, but I think it's below the reporting limit for the IRS.
Oh, okay.
So when we gave $811 away, I had to have him sign a form. One of the guys, it's been probably 2 or 3 years ago, in my area won it. So he came to the Harnett Johnson. Him and his girlfriend, they're standing there holding a big check, and I gave him the little one he had to sign. But I'm not sure if this is required. I mean, you might be able to get that, and yeah, you're good to go. So I can't enter it. Good luck. Whip week was March 3rd through the 9th, and that is just highlighting women in construction. This year's theme, Many Paths, One Mission, and it just celebrates the women, the different women's journeys, or the different paths that they take in the construction industry. Coming around again, next year, probably a month prior, because it's the first week of March. I'm not sure. Anyhow, we did celebrate. For the 41st annual joint North Carolina South Carolina conference is coming up in Charleston. You going to that?
I'm under.
Oh, you're the chair for this one and the co-chair for Guilford. You're like
I'm a
double
pretty
duty.
amazing person. ain't
You are, if you do say so yourself.
I like me.
All right. Well, if you're going, and you know that drawing for the money's the 30th, so if you win, you can put a little extra money on your credit card while you're down there, and then reimburse yourself. No, just reimburse yourself. Put it on your personal credit card.
We're actually gonna be down there for that.
All right. DRC's gonna be down there on stuff
I
like that.
appreciate y'all representing me while
Thanks for going on there, Rob. Appreciate it. Anybody else planning on attending?
I was planning, but, I was not given the budget to go, so.
Okay.
He will be there.
You going? Trent's going, man, everybody's going with you guys. I don't know what's up.
We are Johnny Ground.
Probably won't be.
Yeah, I had the reservation and everything, and they sent me a note saying, never mind.
Disregard. Yeah. All right. Well, for those of you going, I hope you have a good time. It's going to be in beautiful downtown Charleston. So I wish I was there. Some important dates today. The state UCC took place in Raleigh at Dominion Energy. Did anybody join that online? I try. So when I come from Sanford, I try to join online. And the call, you and I talked about it. You tried, but you had work.
Yeah.
And going through the country, coming to this place, it always drops. So I don't try it anymore. It's really unsafe for me to try to do that. But it was a hybrid. The Locate Resolution Partnership Committee is going to meet at the NC81 Event Center, March the 27th at 11 a.m. And in the board meeting, NC81 board is going to meet at Chola Resort up in Blowing Rock. If you would like to have some more information, Stephanie Brown is the person. Stephanie at nc811.org is who you can reach out to. And that's a nice resort up there too. The Underground Damage Prevention Review Board is going to meet Tuesday, April 23rd, 10 a.m. at the NC801 Event Center as well. If you would like to know more, the URL is right here and you can check them out. I can see who sits on the board. Again, the calendar of events can be found on the NC811 website, app, or the ncucc.org website. I'm just looking at this white place. I never noticed that when I was putting these things together. I don't know what that is.
Like they blotted out something.
Yeah. All right, look at the numbers. So you can see an 8% increase, and this is looking at February of 23 versus last month. The tickets aren't doing, across the state of North Carolina, are doing nothing but increasing 226,000 over 23s. And then 8.2 year to date on the locate request, 453,000. Transmissions last month, 1,229,000 is a 6.2% increase. And then year to date, 2.4 million, slipping up on 2.5 in 2 months. So it's going to be interesting to see what the end of the year looks like as far as numbers total. And again, the biggest driver is the fiber overbuild. And looking at the damages, most of the time the telecom is being damaged and it's being damaged by telecom. So looking at Randolph, you see the 3 hour actually decreased, the new decreased, and let's just say decreased across the board except for the cancel. So somebody called in some tickets and they canceled 20 of them, which is good, right? You want them to cancel it if it's not going to be worked and don't spend any money out there. So average locates per day, even though it was down about 21.5%, it's still 108 locates per day. And in the 3 hour year to date, looking at 2 months, is still down 83, 25% for new tickets, and then it decreased about 35 for the ticket updates, which is good again. Average locates per day, 109 year to date. And then out of the 2,371, of course, Asheboro, Archdale had 157, Hillville, Liberty, Ramseur, Randleman, and Trinity. Could be, you know, Lumos, all North State Telephone, which is based down there on Fairfield and Green in UR Road. So they were doing a lot. I think they slowed down a little bit. Last month, Randolph we recorded 8 damages that were reported to the Common Ground Alliance or NC811. And how many damages y'all have last month? Did you say, Joe? One? Okay.
One gas damage, and
And that was by the contractor?
it was a no notification made to the call
Okay.
center. Yeah. And-
Was it a professional contractor that did that or a homeowner?
I didn't notate that. I try to leave the names out to protect the innocent.
I didn't leave a name. I just, you know, if it was a professional contractor. It's kind of an oxymoron. I'm a professional contractor, but I didn't know to call 811.
Yeah.
Are you really a professional?
Well, it's because they're the only ones. It's like, when I report locate damages, like, okay, there's more than one, I say, those could be internal, they could be, other locators.
Right.
I try not to, touch the nerve, because everyone's fallible.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yep. If you don't make a mistake, you're not trying hard
There
enough.
you go.
So last month, we had 1,117 damages. And if you look at February 2023, it's only had 837. Again, one of the main drivers is the telecom fiber overbuild that's being funded by taxpayers. And heat map, you guys are green, so that is damages per 1,000. If we only had that low number, then of course you're going to be green, which is good. Not sure what's going on with my Harnett Johnson. You got to talk with them folks next Tuesday. So here are your top contractors that called tickets in this past month. The utility line construction, they usually do the, yeah. Are they doing any telecom? Does anybody know?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, just like straight energy. Okay.
Well, DHL is, DHL is both.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really not those power, the poles.
There's an NV there.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had ventured into the telecom community or not.
Not yet.
And Southeast Connection made number 5.
Steve Ashbrook was in there.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. I must be doing a lot of water with the. Is it okay? You with the city?
No, I wouldn't stay, but they call me every time. Every time they have a utility leak or.
We gotta cut the road. Okay.
Actually, it's called all again.
That's why I was late. If you are a fan of social media, Facebook, you can follow us on Facebook. And I'm not sure, we do a couple other things, Instagram, something else. We are on LinkedIn as well. I see stuff posted every now and then. But yeah, copy of this presentation will be uploaded to the UCC website. Just as soon as I get done here, I'm gonna take a picture and copy the PDF and roll it all up. And the video will be attached to that as well. So if you ever need to go back and watch our shenanigans and get a good laugh, you can always do that. Barring any questions and or comments, that is all I have, sir.
All right. Paris, I appreciate you doing that. for
Oh,
us.
you're welcome.
I guess we should go around the room and just kind of introduce everybody, because we do have a lot of new faces in here. Sign-in sheet somewhere in here.
He's hoarding it over here in the corner. You don't want nobody.
Y'all want to start on this side, go around, just tell us who you are, who you work for.
Andre Flores, work for Heath, I'm on lead tech at, Heath for the North Zone.
Okay. I think I've seen your name a few times. I just,
Rob Literal with TRC, I'm the field supervisor for everything from Alamance through Winston down into Rowan County.
Josh Dubois, I'm a lead technician for Heath Consultants in the Winston-Salem area.
Robert Poole, work for TRC as well, damage prevention for Alamance County.
Alamance. Okay.
Joel Calabrese, damage prevention under Jim Collins for North Carolina, North and Central zones.
Chris Reddick, NC 811. I cover Precise Stokes Davy, east of 95 to Fort Liberty and Roanoke Rapids.
Oh. You know, I lost me for a second. All right, so I'm Scott Overcash, Piedmont Natural Gas. I cover what we call the North Zone, which is basically Randolph County to Rockingham County to Alamance County, Forsyth, Davie, Rowan, all the way to Salisbury. It's all over the place. I'm not from one day to the next. I don't know where, but I basically, my group works for designing projects for SEC, Southeastern Connections, and that, we're the ones that get them set up to go out and do these projects.
Thank goodness I work for the DOT. I cover Division 8. Got a lot going on right now as far as projects and everything, but meeting things, looking nice.
I'm Aaron Saunders, I'm the county engineer for DOT for Randolph County.
Oh, nice to meet you, Randy. You been there before?
Yeah, I work with y'all, working the encroachment today. Yeah, first you when you used to work, you worked for the gas.
Never worked for us.
They used to work.
That was my brother.
Yeah.
I think I drove down here to meet at the office a couple times. See that encroachment.
All right. Has anybody got any pain points?
Take care of us. Let us know if you wouldn't mind. That way
Please.
we can actually have that damage prevention conversation with those guys. Try to meet them on site, get with their supervisors, their crews, and just make sure they're using their heads instead of just putting it down and plowing away. Let them do any of those.
And then call you on this number here, Rob.
Yes, sir. Okay, I've got a stack of business cards, but somebody left them in my car.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you have any problem contractors, please let us know. Scott's got my number, Parrish, you know, we're not hard to find, so I appreciate it.
And to kind of back that up, we met with TRC out in the field a couple months ago with the company, Real Communications, was it? Yeah. And they had a chain of damages in a very short period of time. And we went out and with TRC and kind of like showing support for one another, suggested they get an air vac instead of using the shovel, because they were all shovel damages, like one after another after another. And I kind of probably shouldn't have said it because it's not true, but said you could lose your ability to work under this area for, you know, where Duke is operating and P&G. And I said, you wouldn't want that. And they go, oh, no. They called the owner. The owner said, well, we can't afford an air vac. How about an air knife? I said, okay, let's do that. So he said he provided that for them and their damages have come down. So we worked together to try to get contractors to understand there's different ways that you can get underground. You don't have to hit a sharpshooter in hard dirt or rocky areas. You can find different ways and make it safer.
Same thing happened with Ansco and Trinity.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to, that's a hard nut, Ansco.
That was a rough one. And
Yeah,
everything they hit was marked accurate.
Yeah.
Everything. It was bad.
yeah.
One of the things we found with Ansco, once we actually sat down and started talking to those guys, I actually caught a couple of them on the back of their truck with a file sharpening the sharpshooter.
Really?
That was what, 2 years ago?
That was just, 6 months ago when we was in.
Another one then. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Because
They didn't learn the first time. They kept going with it.
Vlad and I was on site and then was actually walking down the road looking at them and caught two guys sitting on the back of them with a back of a pickup truck with a stack of sharpshooters on a file.
Like a knife was a lot better than gas.
Yeah.
By the time we were done, they were taking that file and rounding everything off and taking the edge off of it.
They started off using pulse hole diggers.
Yes, and they sharpen those too.
Yeah. They sure did.
Trying to find a gas line with a pulse hole digger.
They found it.
They most certainly did every time.
Well, now they can actually be shut down. It takes a lot to get to that point, but like the one you were talking about in Kernersville, I think the fire department
Fire chief.
had discussed with us that he was gonna go higher and he was gonna shut down that company if he had to go out there on one more call. And I think the city has done it a few times where they have, you know, hey, you can't work anymore for the rest of this week until we get a discussion and stuff like that. And the state,
Through training as well.
y'all can just stop all encroachments just like that. So
It can be done.
it can be done. I didn't see damages, but because something wasn't getting done. I had one get me, it was Division think it was Division 9. That's Winston-Salem in that area right there. That guy called, I can't remember his name. He called me. He said, Scott, he said, I know this ain't your problem. He said, but I got such and such job up in Charlotte, right outside of Charlotte in the Salisbury area before I took that area over. And he was like, they haven't done this relocation job and we're ready to let on it. And I was like, he said, so I'm gonna shut all your encroachments down until you get this resolved. I said, I'll give you a call back in a minute.
That's applying pressure there.
I was calling Charlotte left and right. I was like, y'all better do something. Y'all better do something. I called him back that afternoon. I said, we're going after the mortar storm.
They ain't even called anything in.
They were gonna call it or case. They were gonna go out there and walk the job anyway. So.
Oh,
You'll know you're going down a bad path when you have a damage 5 minutes the fire chief shows up at the job site.
Yes.
That's not a good sign for you.
So out east, they're actually charging, the fire department, they have to come out, especially multiple times, they start charging the folks that they have to respond to.
They
You
should.
start digging in their pocketbooks, man, like, we're gonna stop doing this.
Right. I believe there's some sort of training they put them through as well that happened in Charlotte. Maybe that contractor was, but they were hitting a bunch of marked lines and they actually put them through training before they could go back out and do everything. So there are steps they can take.
But it has to get to a bad situation. Usually it's when the fire department comes out and starts going, I've had enough of this. And that's when things start happening. And just like I said, once you get complaints coming from that area, that's when they're.
Yeah.
There was that outfit in High Point over at the university that was, it seemed like every other day they were on.
Over there by the house.
Yes. It got to the point where we were sitting on site